Hello students, now this is your board question papers. We will solve many sample question papers. So here you can see the blueprint. Here 40 marks question from Python will be asked, 10 marks from computer network and 20 marks from MySQL or database management. So your pre-board question paper or your board question paper, sample question paper already has been shared by Cbse. So here you can see how many marks question will be asked from which all topics. So we will solve the question paper, some sample question papers we will solve. So you all know that the pattern will be same. Very easily you can score 90 plus or 95 plus if you go through these patterns and solve similar type of question and understand each and every topic. So this is your sample question paper by Cbse, in which 1 mark question already you have seen how many marks question will be asked. Like here you can see 5 sections will be there, 18 question of 1 mark, 7 question of 2 marks, 5 question of 3 marks, 3 question of 5 marks and 2 question of 4 marks. So this is your sample question paper by Cbse. Now let us solve all the question papers, 5-6 question papers daily we will solve, so that you get a good practice of all types of question and very easily you can score good marks. So let us solve. So first I am showing you this paper. Now here 1 marks question, state true or false, variable declaration is implicit in Python. So it is true because explicitly you are not declaring any variable like int x, like that. You don't have to declare it directly. If you write here x equals to 5, then it is an integer data type, integer variable. And if you write here x equals to 5.5, then the variable will store the float value. And if you write here x equals to, in single quotes, double quotes, hello, then it will be a string. So this is true. It is implicitly declared. Variable declaration is implicit in Python. Next is, which of the following is an invalid data type in Python? So set, we have learned none is a data type. Integer is also there. Real, there is no real data type. So real is invalid in Python. Given the following dictionaries, you can see here in curly brace the dictionaries are given here, and whenever you are asked to merge the content of both the dictionary, we use update. With update, what happens? If the index is same, then it will take the next value, like update. If it is written dict result, then if the index is same, then it will take the value of the second one, that is dict result. But since here all the keys are different, so you can simply merge the content of both the dictionary. Here exam will be AISSC, year will be 2023, total will be 500 and pass marks will be 165. So using update command, we can merge the contents of both the dictionaries, but you have to keep in mind that if the keys are same, then it will update with the next, like here dict result is used here, so with the new value of dict result it will update it. Next is, consider the given expression. Now this 2 marks, 2 questions are asked where you have to evaluate the expression. So we all know first not is executed, then and then or will be executed. So here not true will be false, false and false will be false, false or true will be true. So in or, what happens? If any of the output is true, output will be, any of the input is true, output will be true. So here the output will be true. Now these type of questions we have already solved in individual topics. We have already solved in detail. So all the links I will share in the description. Go through the links and solve all, like operator precedence already we have solved, which operator is executed first in an expression. So you go through all the videos so that you can understand if the question comes some, like with relational operator, with arithmetic operators, if the question is asked, then you can be able to solve these type of questions. Next is Select the correct output of the code, year 2022, at all the best, split at 2. So wherever 2 is there, we will split it, and then A0 will be the first one, that is year. Now here you have split it, so that dot will come. Then A1 will be 0, and then 2 is not there. A3 will be at all the best. So the first one is the correct answer, because when you will split, wherever 2 is there, you are using split command to split it and store in a list. So A will store as a list, and then when you are taking the arguments, like here A0 will be the first one, A1 will be the second one, 2 is 2 here, between 2 and 2 nothing is there, so 2 nothing, it will be there. And next A3 will be at all the best. Next, which of the following mode in file opening statement results or generates an error if the file does not exist? We all know, if you try to read R or R plus and the file is not there, file does not exist, then it will show error message. So if R and R plus is there, it will show error message, and the question is that which will generate error. So here R plus will be the answer. Next is fill in the blanks. Dash command is used to remove primary key from a table in SQL. We all know alter table, table name, drop. Now whatever you want to remove, we use drop after alter table, table name. So here alter command is used to remove the primary key or to add a new column. Using alter, you can add a new column, modify the data type and size, or you can add constraint, as well as you can drop a column, remove the primary key. So using alter command, we will do it. So here alter will be the answer. Next, which of the following commands will delete the table from MySQL database? Now, whenever you want to delete the table, here drop table command is used. Next, which of the following statements would give an error after executing the following code? Now, here it is a string. We all know string is immutable. So, statement 4 will give the error because you are trying to change the value of a string. So here statement 4 will be the answer. Next, fill in the blanks. Dash is a non-key attribute whose values are derived from the primary key of some other table. Foreign key definition, we used to join the two tables using the foreign key, and always the attribute whose values are derived from the primary key of some other table is the foreign key. Next, the correct syntax of seek is, now seek is used to put the pointer at a particular position. So offset we will use where to put the pointer. So whenever you are using the file object dot seek, offset where to put it and the reference point. So here A will be your correct answer. Now always we are writing file object dot seek, file object dot tell. Seek and tell function, already one video is there. You go through the video and there you will understand what is seek will put the pointer at a position and tell will return the position of the pointer. So here always it is file object dot seek. Only seek will not work, and seek dot file object also will not work. Next, fill in the blanks. The select statement when combined with dash clause returns record without repetition. We all know that distinct clause is used with select command whenever any repeated values are there and you want to see the records without repetition. As well as suppose you are asked to count without repetition, then count in bracket distinct and the column name we mention. Next is fill in the blanks. Dash is a communication methodology designed to deliver both voice and multimedia communications over Internet Protocol. So VoIP, Voice over Internet Protocol, we have already studied. Whenever we are using voice and multimedia communications, there we use VoIP. Next, what will be the following expression be evaluated to in Python. Now already I have discussed with you operator precedence. I will share the link in description. So first, in this case, the brackets will be solved. So 8 plus 3, 11, and then star slash from left hand side it will be solved. So 15 slash 4 will be 4, 3 the 12, 3 point something will come, then plus 11. So it will be 14.11 plus 3, 14.75. So answer will be A, 14.75. Next, which function is used to display the total number of records from a table in a database? Always count function is used to count number of records, and star will be counting all the records. Even if a column contains null value, then also it will count all the records. So count star will be the answer. You can see here, since I am sharing the Cbse marking scheme, the answers are shared along with the questions. So in here you can see the answers also. So you can do one thing, you can just first read the question, you just select the answer, then you can check the answer from these answers. To establish a connection between Python and SQL database, connect is used. Which of the following arguments may not necessarily be given while calling connect? Now connect, we are using host, then user, password, and if you are creating a database, we don't use database. For creating the database or showing the databases, we are not using database. Okay, while creating the table or inserting values, we use database. So it is not compulsory that we have to use everywhere. So here it is written may not necessarily be given. So the answer will be database. Now two questions from assertion and reasoning will be asked. Question number 17 and 18. We all know here 4 options will be given to you. Out of these options, you have to select the option. Now first one is always when both are true and R is the correct explanation. Second also when both are true but R is not the correct explanation. Third will be A is true, R is false, and fourth will be A is false, R is true. So if the arguments in a function call statement match the number and order of arguments as defined in the function definition, such arguments are called positional arguments, correct? During a function call, the argument list first contains default. No, it cannot contain the default arguments followed by positional arguments. Always it is right to left. Default arguments, when you have to give it from right to left. So our reasoning is false. So C will be your option. Next, CSV comma separated values is a file format for data storage which looks like a text file. Yes, correct. Next is the information is organized with one record on each line and each file is separated by comma. This is also correct. That's why it is called comma separated values, because each record on each line, that's why we can use while, for, looping, and we can read one by one record. So here it is separated by comma. So A and R both are true and R is the correct explanation of A. Now section B, we know 7 questions of 2 marks will be asked. Rao has written a code to input a number and check whether it is prime or not. His code is having errors. Rewrite the correct code and underline the corrections made. So here you can see, now wherever errors are there, sometimes this colon will be missing. Then so check here where are the errors. You can see here 2 brackets have been opened but 1 bracket is closed. So here 2 brackets should be closed. Then always with if double equals 2 is used, then you will have here indentation, break should be indented here, and normally 4 errors here, double quotes we have used here, number is prime, so you should end with the double quotes. So like this 4 errors will be there, half marks for each error. You can see bracket how you will write the answer. You will write the correct code, you will underline the corrections wherever made it, and hash you will use to mention what all errors are there in your code. Next, Write 2 points of difference between circuit switching and packet switching. This is from networking chapter. 10 marks question will be asked from networking chapter. Now circuit switching means physically there will be a connection between the sender and the receiver, and packet switching, a fixed size packets are made and then it is sent by the IP. So TCP IP is working here. So packets of fixed size are made and then it is sent. You can see the differences. Circuit switching is the method of switching which is used for establishing a dedicated communication path between the sender and the receiver. Packet switching is the method of switching where no dedicated path is established from the source to the destination. Data is processed and transmitted at the source only. Data is processed and transmitted not only at the source but at each switching station. It is more reliable and it is less reliable. So 1 marks for each correct point of difference. Now next is write 2 points of difference between XML and HTML. HTML, we know tags are fixed and here we can make our own tag, user defined tags we can make in XML. So XML is extensible markup language. XML tags are not predefined, they are user defined. XML stores and transfers data dynamic in nature. HTML hypertext markup language. HTML tags are predefined and it is a markup language. HTML is about displaying data static in nature. So you do one thing, you just note down these differences of XML and HTML in your copy because these all are important questions. Next, given is a Python string declaration. Write the output of this. Now this is a slicing question. Colon colon -1 will reverse it and colon colon -2 will print reverse but alternate character. That is first at the rate then 2. So you can use, I'm using here a marker so that so at the rate 2 0 it will just skip 1 1 and it will print. So this it will skip, space will be there, then this will be skipped, O will be there, then this will be skipped and T will be there. Like that, alternate characters from last till first. Since it is colon colon, that is all the complete string it will take. So from last to first and alternate characters it will take. So it will start from this one, then it will skip this 2, then it will skip 2, then 0, it will skip this, then space, and so on. You can move till the first. You can see the answer here. Next, write the output of the code given below. My dict is this. Age we are changing to 27. Address we are adding Delhi, and then it is showing items. Items means it will show the key value pair. So first one name will be Aman, second one age will be 27 and address will be Delhi. You can see here the key value pair. So how to write the answer? This you see dict items, then using the parenthesis in a list you will list the key value pairs inside a tuple. So you just see the answers, how the answers are written. These brackets you have to remember. Next, explain the use of foreign key in a relational database management system. Give example to support your answer. We all know that foreign key is used to join the two tables. It is always the primary key. It is derived from the primary key of the second table or second relation. A foreign key is used to set or represent a relationship between two relations or tables in a database. Its value is derived from the primary key attribute of another relation. For example, these two tables they have given here, trainer and course, and the common, you can see here TID is common here. So course will be the main table. It will be joined with trainer table using this TID. Next, full form. So in networking, 2 full forms will be asked. You can note down all the full forms in one page and prepare it. So SMTP is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. PPP is Point-to-Point Protocol. Now many more full forms like HTML, HTTP, then POP, all the full forms you write on one page of networking and then prepare it. Next, what is the use of telnet? Telnet is used to accomplish a remote computer or network. Now predict the output of the Python code given below. Now we will start from here. Num is a list, and for count in range 4 to 0, that is in reverse 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, reverse, it is taking one by one number, and it is num of CNT, that is it is taking, A is taking the number, that is 32 it will take, and B will take the count minus 1, that is previous one, 54. Then it is calculating the difference, it is calling the function here. So first A 32 and B will be 54. Now you can see here, if first one is greater, now that just it will return the difference. So 54 minus 32, the answer will be 22. So 22 hash, then the next two 14 and 54 will be 40 different. Only the differences it will print with the hash, and end is used so that the output will be in the same horizontal row. It will not move to the next line. If end is removed from here, then after hash it will move to the next line, next row, and then it will print the next difference below this. So this is over. Now predict the output of the Python code given below. Tuple is given here, and a list, it is converted into a list. Then new list is empty. I in list 1 by 1 number. If it is divisible by 2, then it is appending in the new list. It is converting into a tuple. It is printing the tuple. So all which are divisible by 2, 22, 44 and 66 in a tuple, that is in a parenthesis, will be displayed here. Next, difference between count and count star. So count will count the column and it will exclude the null value, and count star will count all the rows, all the records, even if any column contains the null value. So this already many times we have discussed. So here you can see count star is 5 and count job. Since in job 2 null values were there, so the output will be 3. So like this, using examples, you have to explain the differences. Next, categorize the following commands as DDL or DML. So DDL 3 commands are there: create, alter, drop. DML also 4 commands are there: insert, update, delete and select. So here DDL is alter and drop, and DML is insert and update. Now section C, 3 marks question. Consider the following table. 2 tables are given here with the data. So output. Now natural join, it will join the 2 tables, but the column will be displayed only once. This one question is asked: difference between natural join and equi-join. In equi-join, it will show the column, common column, twice, but in natural it will show only once. So you can see here the output, it is showing the output only once. Next, write the output of question number 1 to 4. So this is your table. Distinct will show only once, TID if it is repeated. So TID 101, 102, 103 and 104. So here 101 null, 102, 104, 103 as it is given here. Only 101 is repeated twice, it will not repeat. Distinct will not repeat the common, the repeated one it will not repeat. Next, select TID count star min fees from the table grouped by TID having count TID greater than 1. So here whichever is greater than 1, we have to display that, and we will count how many are they. Greater than 1 only, 101 was greater than 1. So 101 count will be, it was twice. And minimum fees, you can check it out from here. 101 18,000 fees and 101 12,000. So minimum will be 12,000. So 12,000 will be printed here. Next, so this MySQL, the complete playlist I will share in the description. You just go through the playlist. Because 20 marks question from MySQL will be asked, and in CS, in IP it will be 25 marks question. So select next question, select CNAME from tech course where fees is greater than 15,000, order by C name. So here C name you have to display, and order by C name means ascending order of C name. Fees should be greater than 15,000. So we will check here that fees is greater than 15,000. Mobile application development, digital marketing. So only two are there: digital marketing and mobile application and development. Next, select average fees from tech where fees between 15 to 17. Now we will find here 15 to 17 will be inclusive. So 1, 2 and 3 values are there. We will add 15,000 plus 16,000 plus 18,000 divided by 3. So whatever answer is, it is 15,500. So between this will include these two values also. Next, write a method count line in Python to read lines from text file and display the lines which are not starting with any vowel. So if it is not in AEIOU, then it will display those lines. So this is easy. You will use read lines, and for loop you will use to take one by one line, and you will simply check it here if it is not lower, not in AEIOU, or if you don't want to use this lower, you can mention here AEIOU and in capital also AEIOU. Then it will count and it will display it. So this is the answer. Normally you will find this type of questions will be asked. If it is line, almost the answer is same, only this if condition is different and the text file name is different. Rest all it is same. And if it is character wise, then only read we use. If it is word wise, then read dot split we use. So here the next one is alphabets ENT, occurrence of alphabets ENT, including small letters also. So here only read we will use. Previous one read line we were using. Now here what they have done is they have used read lines and then they have used two for loop. But what we used to do is we use file dot read, and then using one for loop only, it will take the characters and it will check. So our will be same, only we will write here read, and then only from here we will write, because when you use read, then only for CHN lines. Here lines is storing it. So read we are using for characters. And if you want to use read lines, if it is given in the question read line, then for one by one line, one outer for loop will be there. And in that line for characters, again one inner for loop will be there. So only they have given one method only. Okay. So we will also use then this method only. We will use read lines. In the question it was mentioned, read each character, then count. So nowhere it was mentioned to read line by line. So our method is also correct. Okay, then we will use this method only. We will use first read lines, then for a line, for reading each line we will use for loop. Since this is given by Cbse, so we are trying to follow what Cbse wants. Next, 28th question. Here they have given the SQL table and outputs they have asked. So two table queries. Now group by command. Group by, you all know, it will group as per the column name. So department will be grouped and the average salary. So teacher table, you take out teacher table, and here all the departments will be grouped. Computer science, then the salary will be displayed. Average salary will be displayed. So this you have to calculate and you have to write. Next, maximum and minimum from teacher. So this one is easy. Max aggregate function. Max date of join and min date of join. So here maximum will be 2021 and the rest you will check it out, whichever is maximum. Minimum is 2017 and you will display it. Next, I'm just scrolling it. I will share with you the link of this question paper in description. You just open it and you just go through the question paper as well as the answers also. If you have any doubt, you can mention it, and then again in the next class we will discuss your doubts. Now select name, salary, T. Now whenever this type of question means it is joining, so you can see here from teacher T and placement P, it is joining the two tables. And salary greater than 20,000, we have to display name, salary and the departments. So here you can see the name, salary, departments and the place. Four things you have to display after joining the two tables. So this already we have done. Next, select name, place from. We are joining the two tables where gender is F, and this is used to join the two table. Department is common in both the tables. So we are joining. So wherever female is there, we will display the name and place from the two tables. So here three females you can see, Samira, Suman and Shalaka, and the place we will see from the table and we will write it. Write the command to view all tables in a database. Show tables. S will be there with a semicolon. This will be of 1 marks. Next, 3 marks question. Write a function where L is the list of elements passed as argument to the function. Function returns another list named index list that stores the indices of all non-zero elements of L. So wherever non-zero is there, index position, we know it starts from 0. Like this is index position 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So whichever is non-zero, it will store the index position. So here the first one will be, it is non-zero. So this it will store 0, 1, 2 it will not store, it is 0, that's why. Then it will store 3, 4 again it will skip, it is 0, then 5. So here you can see the output. So in this we will use a for loop. We will take one by one element and we will check if it is non-zero, then the index position, I is taking index position, it will be appended in list index and it will return the value. Since in the question it is given write a function, so we will only write the function using def keyword. We will write the function. Next, 30 question. A list contains following records of a customer. Write the following user-defined function to perform given expression on the stack. Stack, push and pop will be asked. Push, you will append it, and pop, you will pop the element. So here they have given to push an object. So def push, we will write push element. As the name, they have given the name of the function. So we will simply write def push underscore element. To push an object containing name and phone number of customers who live in Goa to a stack, and pop will pop the elements. So these are the outputs. Now we will declare a status or stack. We can declare here empty list. Def push element, we will check if it is Goa. Since it is a nested list, that's why you have to check here the second one will contain the place. So if it is Goa, 0, 1, 2. Clear? So here you can see here 0, 1, 2. 0 is the name, 1 is this, and 2 is the name of the place. So if it is Goa, then the list will contain only 0 and 1 and it will append in the stack. Normally we are declaring this as stack. Stack equals to, so you can write any name here. It is not that, since they have used here status.pop, so any name you can use here. So status.append L1. Same in pop, what you will check, if it is empty, it will display stack is empty. Otherwise, it will pop the last one and it will display here. So these programs are same. One thing you can check here, this program, whenever any pop question is asked, it remains same. Clear? So this you can write as it is, because pop 2 marks question or 1.5 marks question pop will ask. You have to just, okay, the name of the stack only you have to take from the previous one. The rest you can see it will remain same. Answer will remain same for every type of question. Next. Now here also same thing. Push and pop will be asked here, and the question is where price is greater than 75, you have to push and pop will remain the same. I have already told you the pop function will remain the same. So here stack item, and we are taking one by one. If that is greater than equals to 75, then we will append in the stack item and it will count also. So only push was asked in this question, so only this push program has been written. Now section D is your 5 marks 3 question 31, 32, 33, in which the case study of networking will be given. Here the distance you have to see and the number of computers. Now wherever they will ask you the layout, you will see which is having the maximum number of computers. Movie editing. So movie editing we will put in between, and the 2 will be added with that for star topology. And where to place the server, this question, first question. So we all know wherever maximum number of computer is there, so we will place the server in movie editing. So answer will be movie editing block is the most appropriate to house the server as it contains maximum number of computers. So this question everybody can make it right. So this is the easiest one, and in paper only you will see whichever maximum number of computers are there, that you will write the name and answer will be because it contains maximum number of computers. Next will be where the device software to be installed, which device or software for security, data security, firewall. This we all know. Firewall is a combination of hardware and software to prevent the unauthorized access while using internet. So firewall is the answer. Next, suggest the best wired medium and draw the cable layout block to block to economically connect various blocks. So whenever we want to connect various blocks, we use various computers. When we want to connect the computers or connect various blocks, we use Ethernet cable. And here normally we will use the highest number of if you are using star layout, then the block containing maximum number of computers in between and rest two. Otherwise the shortest cable length. Here the shortest cable length you can see from here. First one is 28 and second is 32. So AB development to web designing 28, web designing to movie editing. So web designing you can keep in between to movie editing because this is having the shortest cable length. So bus topology you can use here. Or you can draw the both also, star and bus both also you can draw. Suggest the placement of the following devices with appropriate reasons. Switch is used in all the blocks as you want to connect all the computers. Repeater is wherever the distance between the block is more than 100 meter or more. Only repeater is not used between the block as the distance here in this question, all the distances were less than 100 meters, so nowhere the repeater will be used. Next, suggest the protocol that shall be needed to provide video conferencing solution between. Now for VoIP video conferencing, we always use VoIP protocol, voice over internet protocol for video conferencing. Next, 32, question number 32, output of this. So global, local, I have already told you one output will be asked. A is 10, B is 5. And initially P is equal to 5. This was global value, P will be 5. Now sum A comma B. So here A comma B, A 10 will be given to Q and B5 will be given to R. Now global P means now this new value of P will become global. So R plus Q into 2. First Q into 2 we will do. So 10 to the power 2. 10 exponent 2 will be 100 plus R will be 5. So it will be 105. Print P with hash. So 105 hash it will return. Now sum will be equals to R equals to 5, Q equals to 1. So now R will be 5, Q will be 1. 5, 1 to the power 2 will remain 1 plus 5 will be 6. Now P will be 6. So 6 hash will be printed. So 105 hash, 6 hash is the output. Now here this is a connectivity question, Python MySQL connectivity. Username is root, password is tiger, database is school, and the details are given here. So here we know the code also, ICC, that is import mysql.connector, then connect will use to connect, then cursor we will write here, and execute we will write to execute the command. So first will be here con1.cursor. So here you can see con1 is there, and dot cursor will be used to put the pointer there, and then execute statement to execute. So here my cursor dot execute query, the query already insert into, student will insert the value, query you have written. So here will be my cursor dot execute in bracket query, and statement 3 what they have given us to add the record permanently. So commit will be used here for permanent storage. So con1 dot commit. So they have given here question that what you have to do, form the cursor object, then dot cursor, and object you will take it in the program whatever object they have given you. So con1 dot cursor will be first. To execute the command we will write here my this here it is my cursor dot execute, and the third one to add the records permanently. So here it will be con1 dot commit. Next, predict the output of the code given below. So welcome to CS len. It is taking one by one character. If it is between A to M small, it will convert it into uppercase. N to Z, it will take the previous character. If it is uppercase capital, it will take small letter. And for all others, ampersand. Like for 2, it will be ampersand. Now here you check it out, wherever A to M is there, you just make it capital. So E will be capital, then C will be capital, M will be capital, ME will be capital, and C will be capital. In rest all the other case, it will take the previous one. So here you can see wherever EL, this will become capital, and wherever W was there, then it is taking the previous character. Next, these type of outputs, many questions we have solved. So the link, I am just showing you the board question paper, and all the other question papers also I will show you. So you can just see what type of questions will be asked in your board and pre-board. So these are all the other questions. You can go through all the questions. So this is your connectivity, second question. Here also same thing will be there. Dot cursor will be there. Statement 2 will be after print. Let me see what they wanted in statement 2. Execute the command. Okay, execute only. Then to read the complete, so fetch will be used. So here cursor will be used, then execute in bracket the query will be written, and fetch all will fetch all the records. So these three was asked. Now next is your CSV file. So this also add and count records. So add 2 dash were given. So we will see here what to write here. First is the advantage of CSV file, comma separated value. It is human readable and it is a text file. It is easily portable. It takes less space, less memory, and it occupies less space. So these are the advantages. Now here query you have to write. So while adding it, what we do is list equals to this. We are writing it, write row list to accept. Okay, this was to write the complete program, and we are writing here the complete program. This is the complete program. Import CSV we are adding, so we are opening. This will be indented, this will be inside this, so leave some space. This will start from here. We will open the CSV file. Whenever we open a CSV file to write, we use append mode, and new line we use it, then writer function, and then we will ask for the inputs, what we want to input or write. So 3 inputs you will take, you will put in a list, and you will use write row function, write the list in the CSV file. Now count and display. So here also we will open the file, we will use the reader, we will convert the data into a list, and how many records are there using the len function. We can count how many records are there, count and display will be used. You can use a for loop also to, and a counter to count the record. So that method also you can use. Now same thing again, we can add search and display. Here price is more than 10,000. So here the difference between binary and CSV file, this already we know. Binary extension is .dat, CSV extension is .csv. Binary is not human readable, CSV is human readable. Binary stores data in the form of zeros and ones, and CSV stores data like a text file. So now the code is similar as the previous one. We will import CSV, def add, will open the CSV file, a for append, and new line we will use, writer function we will use. We will take all the inputs from the user, and in a list we will store it, and we will write it, and we will close it. Whenever we are using open command, we have to close also. Search and display, same thing. We will open it in read mode. We will use reader here, and then we are using here a variable found equals to false. We will use a for loop, one by one record we will read, and in that the third column you have to check. So for third column, index position will be 2. If it is greater than 10,000, then found equals to true, and we will display all the data directly. Also you can write here print I, or you can write here print 0, I0, I1 and I2. And if found is false, then record not found. So you will close it. So this is your 5 marks question completed. Now section E will be your 4 marks question. Now here you can see the MySQL commands will be asked. So identify the most appropriate column for primary key. Always the first column is your primary key, roll number. Normally the first one, it should contain unique and not null values. Now degree is the total number of columns after adding all the columns, and cardinality will be the total number of rows after adding all the rows. So you can check here how many rows are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows are there, and here they have written 2 rows have been deleted. So 7 minus 2 will be 5. So answer will be 5. Column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns, and here it is written 2 columns are added. So 6 plus 2 is 8. So answer degree will be 8. Next is you have to insert the values. So insert into the name of the table is record, values, the values which are given. Always the string is in single quotes, and the numeric values directly you will write, close the bracket, semicolon. Update is used to increase, decrease or change the values. So update table name set. So these questions you just go through the playlist of MySQL. There you will see all these questions solved in detail. In detail we have discussed. Now I am just showing you the question paper. What all questions will be there in your question paper. So update table name, set the column name equals to, now the new value what you have to give to that column. Like here you are increasing by 3%. So plus 3% of SEM2, where now whose name is starting with MN, only there you have to increase the SEM2 marks. Now or only the third part they have given an or statement. So delete the records of students securing 4 division. So delete from result where div equals to 4. Add a column. So for adding a column we use alter table, table name, add column name, data type, size, semicolon. Next, the last question. This is a binary file question. So import pickle we will write first line, and then how to update. So for updating we will open the second file. First file is in read mode, and the second file will be either in append mode or in write mode. Then one by one record we will read, and so here you can see So first line will be pickled, second line will be, we will open in a write mode, we will open it, and then we will load, that is we will read the file, and after checking we will dump that particular record in that file. So these are the 4 statements, 1 marks each. So go through these question papers. This is given by Cbse. Now the other question papers I will discuss here in the next video. I will discuss all the other question papers so that you can practice more questions and you can just solve these questions, so that in board exams, as if you solve more questions, it will be very easy for you to understand the logic. So thank you.